awkwardly standing in front of a stranger's camera, or do you have social anxiety? Baby, this is the tutorial for you. By the end of this video, I will have taught you how to take professional, artistic-looking self-portraits all by yourself.
Next time, plans for the next time we meet.
This tutorial will be mainly focused on DSLRs, but at the end of this video, I will also include a small tutorial on how to use Lensbuddy, which is my go-to self-portrait phone app, which is really great if you do not have access to a DSLR, or if you are somewhere and you only have your phone, but you still want to take pictures. I decided to film a new self-portrait tutorial for you guys because my friend Jules and I rented out this really cool mid-century modern place in downtown Phoenix. I decided to do like a 60s vintage photo shoot. I included my outfit details for you guys, and I will also talk about my camera gear super quickly just so you guys can get an idea of what I shoot with. I shoot with a Canon 5D Mark IV, a Canon 24-70 lens, a K&F aluminum tripod, and a Peak Design camera strap. Keep in mind that having a better camera doesn't necessarily make you a better photographer. In fact, it doesn't. For those of you who have a Canon camera, I'm quickly going to show you how I connect my phone and my camera via Wi-Fi. You're going to want to turn on your camera, press menu, press communication settings, then you're going to press built-in wireless settings. Once you hit that, then you're going to hit Wi-Fi function. Once you do that, you're going to press on the little phone, press connect, press OK, and then you're going to download the Canon Connect app, then go to your settings, connect the camera via Wi-Fi, then go back to the app. From there, select remote live view shooting. Then you will have the option to do a 10-second timer, a 2-second timer, burst mode. I normally do the 2-second timer or burst mode because I can hide my phone behind my back, and you can also review the images as you are shooting them, which is super helpful when you're trying to figure out what pose looks best, what angle your body looks at best. In fact, in the past few years I've been doing my own self-portraits and everything, I truly have learned what looks best in photos, even if I'm not taking them myself. It has significantly helped with my confidence and has greatly improved my modeling capabilities when other brands hire me to do shoots and whatnot. That's one of my friends, Jules, back there. She also works for my mom. I'm currently in town visiting family in Arizona, and she really wanted to do a boudoir shoot for her new boyfriend, and so we decided to just get together and have a little creative session and also teach her a little bit of the ropes because she is hoping to get the same camera that I have, and she really wants to know how to use it, how I take my self-portrait and whatnot. So you guys are in luck that I decided to film this little tutorial today. A lot of you guys have been asking for like an updated self-portrait tutorial, so that's why I decided to film this. If by the end of this video you genuinely feel like you learned something or you really enjoyed it, please do let me know, and let me know what you guys would like to see next from me, what tutorials, maybe like presets or something, or how to make a preset, or how I edit TikTok videos, maybe how to fly a drone or something like that. Please do let me know. I pretty much am open to anything. It's just been really hard for me to create content at the level that I used to, pumping it out constantly ever since I became a mom. So bear with me while I struggle to make content and everything. I love my son to death. He is the cutest little thing ever, but it's definitely really, really hard to do the amount of content creation that I used to do now that I am a mama. I do want to be open and honest and say that I have been putting unnecessary pressure on myself because of that. I think a lot of moms do, because when they go back to work, they expect to be doing the same amount, or at least if they're working from home like I do, they expect to be producing almost the same amount, and that has definitely not been the case because he is keeping me very, very busy, keeping me on my toes. But anyway, now that I've updated you guys with that, let's get back to the tutorial. A huge piece of advice that I have for you, if you decide to embark on your self-portrait journey and you decide to do a shoot, you gotta do 3 things for me. First, I want you to research and find photo shoot themes that spark your creativity and excitement. Once you narrow in on something that you like, select outfit, makeup, hair, inspo photos on Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, etc. And make sure you take screenshots of everything and put them all in a separate album. Next, I want you to find and book your location. I'd recommend looking at local wildlife parks, for example, like the Redwoods, a pretty field filled with flowers or grass, or maybe you can go to your local parking garage, because those 3 options are free. If you want to shoot something indoors, something more private, I would recommend looking on Peerspace, Airbnb, or like a really unique boutique hotel. Lastly, make a mood board including your location and inspo photos, and make a separate folder filled with posing inspiration, because it will encourage you to pose outside of your comfort zone, and you'll probably find a bunch that you really like that turn out to be super flattering for you that you can use in the future. Once my friend got ready, I started to shoot her boudoir photos, and when I was posing her and moving her body around, I was creating depth, also creating triangles, which is super important. I'm going to put a little video right here so you guys can kind of understand what I'm talking about when I'm talking about triangle posing, because it's super important in creating dynamic looking photos. Most of the time I do shoots like these by myself just because I'm more comfortable alone and I have a lot more time to like make TikToks, create content, take photos, take video. But this was just a really fun thing that I wanted to do with a friend of mine because she really wanted these photos done for her boyfriend and she looked so good. Another big tip I have is to play around with the light in the room, because as the sun rises and sets, the room you're in or being outside even is going to look completely different every 30 minutes to 1 hour. I personally prefer shooting during blue hour, sunrise, golden hour after sunrise, and then golden hour, sunset, and the blue hour that follows sunset. For my shoot, I was kind of going for a 1960s vintage look, and a really cool way that you can achieve this is putting a plastic bag, a little bit of lip gloss, and then a hair tie over the lens to seal it in, and it creates this amazing vintage effect without having to do anything in post. This is what a photo looks like with my preset without the bag, and this is what my photo looks like with the bag. It creates this really cool film effect, and I love it. I'm thinking of doing a shoot throughout the decades. Like I'll do each one like for the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Obviously this is 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I think that would be such a fun project and I'm really excited about it. Another super fun thing that you guys can do and incorporate in your self-portrait shoots is using props like a book, a fake cigarette, a wine glass, a magazine, shoes, earrings, putting earrings in, something like that. Adding something like that into your photo will make it so much more dynamic and interesting, especially if you add a bit of movement, you move your hair, you walk, you make your shutter speed slightly slower, will create this insanely dynamic effect. I'll put a little example in the top left hand corner here. Another cool tool that I want to share with you guys is this app called Unscripted. This is not a sponsored video, I wish it was. This app called Unscripted has a sun tracker. It tells you when blue hour is, sunrise, golden hour. If you are a beginner in photography, it also has some camera setting guides, so for full sun, cloudy day, natural indoor light, dark interior, golden hour, blue hour, just anything you could possibly think of. A dragged shutter effect. This will really help you kind of establish your baseline and knowing like what your f-stop is, your shutter, your ISO. I wish something like this was out when I was learning all of these things, and I really enjoy the app because everything is so centralized. It also shows really cool photo locations that are within like a 50-mile radius. As you guys can see, this is everything that I have that's pretty close to me, which is insane. It also has a bunch of guides that I really think is super cool, videos, podcasts, and it also has a bunch of poses and prompts that are all centralized within the app, which I think is so helpful. Weddings, couples, families, maternity, newborn, everything you could possibly need. Like I love this app and I really wish I could share it with everybody. As far as posing for my own self-portraits, I will either put my camera on my tripod or prop it up with a book or put it on like a little mini tripod or just lay it on the floor and point it up for different vantage points. Like I said early on in this video, I like to do the 2-second timer so I can put my phone somewhere, throw it on a pillow on the floor, or hide it well behind my body to make sure that that phone is not in the photo. Outside of using my DSLR camera to take self-portraits, I also use the app called Lensbuddy, which is what Jules was actually using in the background after I showed her how to use it and everything, and I'm going to show you guys how to use it because I have gotten a lot of questions about Lensbuddy. A lot of you guys just can't afford a professional camera, and that's completely okay and normal, and it's not a bad thing. Pretty much all of the tips that I gave you guys in this video can also be applied if you're taking self-portraits on your phone as well. When you initially open up Lensbuddy, you want to press timer, and then you're going to see a bunch of different options. You're going to see initial timer delay, number of photos, and timer speed. When I'm picking the amount of photos that I want, I normally either pick 25 or 50 because it gives you enough variety and options to pick from when you are culling your photos. As far as the delay goes, I'll either do like a 5 to 10 second timer, put my phone down, and then start posing. Timer speed refers to the time taken between photos. I will leave that on 0.5 just so you have more photos to choose from. I have yet to go through some of the photos that I took in the bathroom on my 25th birthday, so I kind of go through and you'll press the up button if you like the photo, the down button if you dislike the photo, and then you can save all the photos that you liked and delete all the photos that you didn't like. And I really actually like this app. It's way better than trying to use the timer on your phone. I highly recommend it. If you like want to take family pictures on the beach and you don't have a professional camera, this could honestly be a really good option for you. Just make sure to use the back camera because the front camera on an iPhone is not as good. Oh baby, what a double chin. Pictures turned out really cute in the bathroom. I went to this like really nice steakhouse. Anyway, so now I'm gonna go and save all the photos that I like. You'll go to all photos, press the little up thumb, and then save all the photos that have the up thumb, and it's super easy. And then you can delete easily all the ones that you don't like. And that is how you use Lensbuddy. I hope you guys found this video super helpful. Please don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and follow me on all of my other social media. I love you guys, and I will see you very soon.